was born and raised in Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Okay.
Which is very unique for a Polynesian. I was the only Polynesian there. Most people thought I was like Hispanic or something. They had no idea what I was. So, and my father was born and raised in Tonga. And my mom was born and raised in Idaho. Growing up in Idaho, people, see brown skin, they expect you to be Hispanic or Indian, and so I had a lot of interesting interactions when I was like, no, I'm just me. Growing up in Idaho was great. I loved it. There's mountains everywhere. There's something to do within half an hour. You can go be in nature, right? And you just go driving and you find some dirt road with some hill and you just go drive around on it. You do that here in Texas, you might get shot because it's somebody's land. In Idaho, it's kind of like there's a lot of open land and you just go do things. I was just back home. And
were they all legal, the things you were doing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course.
I don't know. You're just driving on a dirt road and doing things.
Right. Actually, there's this place in Yukon, the town I actually grew up in and was raised in. We got one stoplight, but we have a pit. And it's just called the Pit, and everybody knows it's just the place you can just go drive your off-road vehicle in.
That's great.
That's what you do in Idaho.
That's great.
About 14, I really got into guitar.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what I did in high school, was play guitar.
Were you in a band?
We had a band. It was like a heavy metal band, and we never played gigs or anything, but we played our talent show and things like that. We had a lot of fun. Got right out of high school, I went to University of Idaho. I started in architecture. I was definitely going to be an architect, and then I actually started taking architecture classes and realized they want me to draw stuff. And I just wanted to play guitar. At that point in my life, it was the only thing I really wanted to do, so I just decided to go for it. And I changed my major over to music and never really looked back. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
So you're a Mormon?
Mormon, yes. And
did you grow up a Mormon in Idaho? Or?
Well, my family wasn't super active in the church. They didn't really participate, and it was something my grandfather came to me and said, hey, this is something you should look at. This is something that you should do, and I read the Book of Mormon. It was something I believed in. And so I decided, and I went to church by myself.
How old were you?
12.
Wow.
I needed church, but I thought, hey, if there's a God out there and he wanted me to do something particular, I should do it. So I gave it a chance, and I felt like that was what I believed I should do.
Good.
After my first year of college, I went on a mission for my church. Went to the Philippines.
Okay.
And lived there for 2 years.
What did you do?
For the LDS church, it's most of the time is dedicated to preaching, and we go out and we look for people to communicate our message to. Probably 90% of the time we have a weekly service project where we try to do some kind of service in the community, and we would tear down termite hills, we would help people clean their yards, we would do all kinds of things, but 90% of our time while we were there, we were out trying to preach our message. Philippines, they have this thing wherever they see an American, they go, hey, Joe, and you can just say, hey, I want to talk to you, and you just start talking to them.
That's great.
It was much more easy than probably here in America. Philippines is definitely a poorer country, and you see a lot of things that make you very grateful to be here in America.
That'd be quite an experience. Have you been back? That's been 11 years, right?
It's been 11 years. I have not been back.
No,
I'd like to go, but I was busy becoming a lawyer and all that. I decided I needed another degree, and law is something I always kind of looked to. People told me I should go do because I argue with them. I specialize in real estate and tax, and we do a $199 will. And so we're set up very well to do wills. I love helping people. I love it when somebody comes in and they're really frustrated about things, and that happens a lot in real estate and tax. People feel overwhelmed by what's going on and they don't know what they can do. And I love just knowing the answer and being able to help them and say, look, listen, this is how we're going to get this cleaned up. And basically we thought, law stuff doesn't have to be so serious all the time, and so every once in a while we write a song and whatever, but I wrote this song just the other day, so, and it was just fortunate you came along, so. Most people don't like to talk about death. It's something they'd like to forget. If you're a human living on this earth, there's a small fact on which you can bet. You're gonna die, you're gonna die. You need a will, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You need a will. You may think, hey, I'm too clever. You may think, hey, I'll live forever. Well, you won't, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You need a will, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You need a will. Running along with your blended family. Think you're happy as you can be. There's a will contest waiting to happen, and that's because of intestate succession. You're gonna die, you're gonna die. You need a will, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You need a will. You dumped your first spouse cause you didn't like something. You got a new boo, now you leave her with nothing. Cause you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You need a will, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You need a will, you're gonna die.
Fabulous. That's great.
If you think you have a story to tell, send me an email. But I have to tell you up front, it better be good.